The next resource we're going to look at in Power Library is Trueflix. So we already looked at Bookflix, and I showed you how to get to this page in the last video. If you scroll down a little bit, over on the right, you'll see a link to what's called Trueflix. So when I click on this, this is going to be have some great topics about both science and social studies. So this has some more books that are more geared for older students. So Bookflix, in the last video I mentioned those nonfiction books are really meant for sort of the younger crowd. Trueflix definitely has some great content for older students. So on their homepage here, over on the left-hand side, you'll see some different social studies topics. And then over on the right-hand side, you'll see different sort of science and nature topics. So all of these are going to take you to a landing page with different ebooks about them. So for example, I'll just click on Extreme Nature. That will take me to 7 different what are called true books about different extreme nature topics like floods and earthquakes and so on. So if I click on one, for an example here, earthquakes, on the left, you're going to see where it says watch it, and it's going to have a short video. And on the right, you'll see something that says read it, which will take you to an ebook. So when I click watch it, it's going to take me to a fairly short video about the topic. This one you can see is 1 minute, give or take a couple seconds.
Is it true that at least one major earthquake?
And so this could be a great way to sort of introduce the topic to students. I will say I've had some students in the past who, when they try to view the videos on their iPads, every once in a while, a student will get sort of an error message. I'm not sure why, but I've never had any trouble showing the videos on my computer on the screen. And a lot of students are able to view them on their iPads as well. But I did want to mention that I have had some students have some trouble playing that video occasionally. So the video does a great introduction to the topic. And then over on the left, you'll see where it says read the book. That will pull down that ebook. So this is a really nicely done ebook, has really great pictures, really just a great layout. Each one starts with sort of things to get you thinking. So everything you're about to read is true except one of the sentences on this page. And so it sort of gets you thinking and sets up some questions that you can find the answers through the book. So as I page through, you can see just a really, really nice layout. I really like how they do it. Like many other ebooks, you have a read to me feature.
The big one.
Where you can also make it slower. You can, again, zoom in, zoom out. You can make it full screen. As you scroll through, there might be some words, some vocabulary words that as students click on or you click on, you can see the definition pulled up. So again, all those great features that a lot of ebooks have. So again, this, as you can see, is not meant for, say, a first grader. These have a lot more content, are definitely geared towards older students doing research. So as I close out of that ebook, over on the left, there are some really, really great features. These Explore More, Project Idea, Activity Center, and Explore the Web. So when I click on Explore More, this is going to take me to Scholastic Go articles that are related to that topic. So obviously we're on the earthquakes article, and so it's going to give me things about earthquakes, but also sort of related people who might be related to the topic, or stories, or even in this case, poems, primary sources, charts and tables. So when I click on these, again, it's going to take me to, it's going to keep me in the Trueflix site, and it's just going to pull up these different articles. Unfortunately, these do not have that read to me feature. So that is one drawback, unlike the ebook, but these can give you a lot more information. Again, that was over the Explore More feature. Down here then, there's Project Idea. So this is going to give you an idea of something for students to do related to the topic. So if you're looking for sort of a project idea around that category or topic. Then there's an activity center. So this one has a show what you know and a word match. So this show what you know is going to be a quiz. It does not give you the option to sort of save. So I'll show you where you could do this as an actual assessment for students. But if they're doing this on their iPads, I suppose you could have them screenshot the last slide, which says, you got 8 out of 10 correct or whatever. But there's no way to really save or submit since they don't have a specific account. But there is a quiz that they could take, or you could do as a class. And then there's also a word match activity. So This one, if you looked at the Bookflix video already, you'll see is very similar to their sort of vocab word matching puzzle, where you're going to reveal a picture underneath. So, for example, it says, clue, a scientist who studies the structure of Earth, including its rocks, minerals, and soil. So that would be geologist. So when I click on that, you can see this little part of the bigger picture is revealed. So sort of a fun way to reveal or to review those vocabulary words. And then finally over here on the left, you'll see an explore the web. This is going to take you to external sites. But again, just like in Bookflix, these sites are going to be really great sites for you to look at and use. So for this earthquake one, it takes you to a U.S. Geological Survey website, again, a PBS Learning Media, Wonderopolis one, National Science Foundation video about making earthquakes indoors. So again, these will actually take you outside of the site, but some really great resources here for further information about that specific topic. So I'm going to go back to the home page and show you a few more. So that was a science one over on the right. You can see lots of great topics: animal kingdom, earth science, ecosystems, human body, outer space, solar system. Over here on the left with our social studies topics, I know a lot of curriculum covers things like 13 colonies or Civil War, ancient civilization. So I'm going to click on 13 colonies. This will obviously take me to all 13 colony books. So let's go ahead and click on good old Pennsylvania. So again, this little introduction video in this case is much longer. This one's 12 minutes.
Is the only one?
I will say for the most part, these intro videos are in that 3 minutes or less category. This one obviously is much more extensive. It's a 12-minute video. So this would be something you would want to obviously devote more time to show. But that's going to give you sort of an overview of the Pennsylvania colony. Then I'm going to click on that read the book option again. And again, that'll show you that really nice nonfiction book about, in this case, the Pennsylvania colony, which you can have it read or just have students read independently. And then when I close out of that, again, over on the left, there's that explore more. In this case, it's actually going to show things related to Pennsylvania. So some of our Pennsylvania animals, famous people related to Pennsylvania, different events, different terms, even talks about waterways here in Pennsylvania. So lots of topics related to Pennsylvania. Then again, project idea, that's going to give you an idea to create a class scrapbook about Quakers, apparently. Again, there's that quiz option. Explore the web. This is going to give us to explore PA history, which is a project at WITF. It's going to talk about Encyclopedia of Greater Philadelphia, the charter for the province of Pennsylvania, take you to the actual text of that. So again, these explore the web features over here can be really great to learn more and to have students explore more different websites. Last thing I wanted to show you on Trueflix then is up here in the corner. It says resources and tools. So that's going to take you to those great resources meant for teachers. Though I will say the one thing I do not like about this is there's no ability to search for a specific book that you are looking for. So you can see you can sort by title, ABC order, subject, and whatnot, but it's a little frustrating that you can't just search for it specifically. If you're on your laptop, obviously you could Control F to get there, but that is the one thing I'm not a fan of this. So if I scroll to what I'm looking for, say I did a book on energy, I can click on that one. What I love here is that in addition to having a lesson plan, which I'll show you in a moment, you can see there was a link to the actual quiz as a PDF. So if you did want to do an actual assessment that you could collect and give a grade for, they do give you that same quiz that they do on the website, available as a PDF. And then they actually add on, in addition to the 10 multiple choice, they add on some sort of open-ended questions where you might have to write, this is a 3-paragraph essay. So again, definitely for older kids, but you can get some ideas for quiz questions there. And then at the end, they even obviously give you that answer key as well. So, and they have some suggestions on how to grade those essays as well. So I love that they give you that quiz. And then you can see if you click on actual lesson plan, I don't even remember which one I was just on. We'll just click on this one. If I click on lesson plan, you can see it'll give you time, materials, learning objectives. It'll give you, again, step-by-step suggestions for your lesson, your activity, assigning a project, even some extension questions as well. And then up here, curriculum correlations. This will give you, it says select a standard defined alignments. And again, it'll default to Pennsylvania, but you can click through and do national standards or other standards if you would like, but it'll give you those connections as well with that lesson plan. So if I go back to any of the topics, again, we'll click on, say, Civil War. If I click on a Civil War book, you can actually access that lesson plan directly here. You'll see a little green star that will take you to the lesson plan. But if you want access to that quiz to print out, you do have to click on resources and tools and then find that book and then click on where it says quiz to bring up that PDF. So again, some really great resources on Trueflix. I will say it's not necessarily the most extensive. For example, if I click on Animal Kingdom, this is it. These are the 6 animal books I get. So if you're looking for sort of lots of books on a certain topic, you might not find everything here. Or biographies, for example. You can see for 12 biographies. These people are all obviously very important, very interesting, but obviously there's more important biographies out there than just these 12. So again, some topics might be a little bit limited, but just a lot of great information, especially on those additional buttons on the left. So again, if I click on Earth Science, or if I click on, say, the solar system, and you want to have some students do some planet research. Again, if I click on Saturn, in addition to the great book and video, again, those explore the web features over here, as well as explore more buttons, are really going to give them just a lot of great information for their research.